magnet hunters here. We got us a project going on. We're building ourselves our own sand scoops so that when we're snorkeling in the beaches like that, we can scoop sand up to find rangs and fangs when we're using the metal detector. So we're going to show you how to build a sand scoop. Here's the project that you need. You go to Home Depot. These bad boys here come in 2-foot sections, and they're about $8 for two, which after making a 45-degree cut and squaring up the ends, bam, we got 2 of them, okay? So we're going to go step by step through this process with you and show you exactly how to build this and how to put this together. So we'll see you in the next segment. Made our cuts. 45-degree angle here, and on your blade you make sure that the thickness of the tip isn't cut off. So it creates a nice little flat edge along here, which gives you a good bite in the sand. So now we're going to do the file work, all right? We're going to file the inside of the back end. We're also going to file the front face. Okay, so there's no sharp edges to get cut on. We're also going to file off all these edges here and make them all nice and chamfered. Then once we do that, you get this piece right here. This is an inside pipe drain for 4-inch ABS. Okay, you take this bad boy. It has the holes already pre-cut in it. Take the sticker off so you can see. I get my fat fingers in there. Okay, boom. This bad boy right here, once we get her all filed, is going to plug in the rear end. So that'll create your rear end. Okay, so we'll see you in the next scene here, so you can see exactly what it is we're doing once we get that to that step. Stay tuned. Edge off, so we're just taking that sharp edge off the edge right here, so this bad boy, it won't end up cutting you open or creating any kind of self-inflicted injuries. So we'll just go on that edge just enough to take that sharp edge off there and also deburr it. When you cut this on your chop box saw, this will leave a burr on there because the plastic wants to melt a little bit. So just be patient. Take that rough edge off. Okay, and on the back end, you're going to do the same thing. On this type of a rasp here, it's got a radius on it here. If you look right here, it's rounded right on the edge here. Okay, it's not flat. So that will fit right perfectly inside of here for doing this right here to create a nice little chamfer. So when you go to put your piece in, it won't be such of a struggle to get it fed in there, because it's going to be a pretty tight fit. And then hopefully, if everything goes right, we'll use the rubber mallet and pound that drain piece in here, and boom, we'll be golden. So, and it'll be a pretty tight friction fit. So, and we're not going to glue it in, just in case some of that drain ends up breaking in the future. You can take a piece of wood and that rubber mallet and pound it back out and replace it. So, probably I wouldn't go as far as gluing it in. So take your flat piece, take off all your remaining burrs from sawing here. You see all this kind of melted plastic along here. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'll just take and file all those imperfections off. Okay, make her all nice, make it nicey nice, because the sand is going to carry, you know. But probably doesn't mean a lot in the grand scheme of things, but I was raised, job worth doing is worth doing right, so you might as well just do it right as long as you're going to touch it. So we'll be back when we get further along, when we get that rear end plugged in there, and we'll show you that part, and then we'll move on to the next step. Oh, boom, we got her all filed up. Got the edges all nice and smooth, no rough edges, felt it all in there. Boom. We also got our drain, 4-inch drain plug in the back end, so that when you shake this thing up, the sand will come out here. We're also going to have holes down in here, so it'll just let all the sand fall off and leave the goodies inside. Okay, now when you're putting this grommet in, you want to take some Dawn dish soap. Okay, Put yourself some around here, smear it around that whole edge, so that when you put it in the end there, it's not going to create friction and you pound too hard to get it in and end up running the risk of breaking your grate. So, and when you do that, you're going to want to use this bad boy right here, a rubber mallet. Okay, that's going to be easy on your piece. Try to start off tapping around the outside edge evenly, go back the other way. Just work it in. But if you got can't talk, the dish soap on there, it'll go right in. So it looks nice and smooth like that. So if you look, bam, we got a nice professional edge on that bad boy. It'll look sweet as pie. Okay, fits nice and flush. You see that? Boom. So make sure that when you do your cuts on here, you do it on a chop box, so you get a nice square cut. So this will fit nice and flush and flat and look professional. Okay, we do things right. So I'll show you how to put that cap in. So here we go. A little dish soap. About a quarter's worth is all you need. Take your finger, smear it around the outside edge like so. Okay, get that nice and slimed up there so that it's not going to give you any resistance. And we'll take our pipe, slide that bad boy in the back hole, give her a good shove. Now you're going to use your rubber mallet, not a hammer. And you're going to give yourself the little rappy tap all the way around the outside edge till it seats. If you do it in the center, you might run the risk of busting that grate out, and then you got to start over. Then you got to pound it out of there. See? And don't worry about the soap, because once you get this thing wet a couple times, that soap will go away. Okay? There you go. Now look at that. Nice, clean, factory edge. Looks like it grew there. Boom. Wipe off the excess soap. Now all we got to do now is put the handle on the top, drill the holes, and the scoop is done. Stay tuned. Look at there. We got the handle on there. We're all set. Okay, the only thing that we got to do now is we're going to drill holes down the side of the body. But that's all we have left. So look, we attached the D handle. We centered it up in the middle of the trough here. You got to kind of eyeball it. We went 1 inch up from the bottom, from between here and here. Okay, 1 inch. You do the bottom hole first, right? Center it. Drill your pilot hole with your pilot bit, right? Okay, drill 1 hole. Now, when you screw these screws down, okay, you screw down in your low gear mode on your drill, number 1, okay, so that when you snug it up, don't go full bore, because then you'll run the risk of stripping this screw out. You just snug it up a little bit at a time. You creep, zip, 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 until it snugs up, and just leave it. Once it snugs up, just leave it. Don't over tighten it. This is just plastic, and it will hold strong as iron. Okay, so that's all on there. Bam. Look at there. So once you get the bottom one in, now you can turn around and rotate the handle to find the center up top here. And then you can kind of eyeball it and look down the center. Once you get it where you think center is like that, then you take your drill your pilot hole, put your second screw in. Instead of trying to mark both holes at the same time and then attach it, this is much easier. Do the bottom one, rotate the handle to center, drill that pilot hole, put your screw in. Don't over tighten your screws. Okay, boom, that handle there. I can't even break that sucker. I'm pulling as hard as I can. Okay, and then we got the screen on the bottom. All right, so next thing we got coming up is we got to drill a bunch of holes, and this sand scoop, boom, from Home Depot is done. Get your clink on. All right, folks, here we are. We finished the project. Dun dun dun. There is the scoop. All done and complete with the handle on it, and complete with bottom drainage holes, end drainage holes, the fancy 45-degree bevel with a chamfered front end for extra bitage into the sand. This bad boy right here, 3 rows of 7, 3 times 7, the number 3, the Trinity, 7 meaning forever, God's number. That means this bad boy is going to find us the gold. Me and Chase got this dialed in. We're going to have 2 of these. And this is cheap. We'll give you an inventory list and tell you exactly how much this thing costs and all the tools that you need. So stay tuned, and we're going to give you the inventory list you're going to need for the job. you're going to need a cordless screw gun, set of drill bits, a 1/2 inch, and then also the 9/64 for your pilot holes for your screws on your handle. Okay? You're also going to need your square tip screwdriver. Okay? You're also going to use stainless steel screws, ones that fill the hole on the handle. Okay? So that there's less room for play. It just fits in there. So when you get your handle, make sure the shaft of the screw fills the hole, because that's going to eliminate any slop and play. Okay? Then get yourself a galvanized D handle. You can get them at the hardware store for about, $6 or so. Okay? You're going to need a tape measure. You're going to need a rubber mallet for sure. This is for pounding in the grate on the end, so it won't do damage. Okay? You're going to need some Dawn dish soap, a scratch awl to mark your holes on the bottom, okay, a speed square so that you can line it up on the bottom and draw straight lines, okay, and then going every inch, these are 1 inch apart, to mark where you're going to drill your holes so you got nice neat rows. Okay, so you'll use the speed square on the bottom. What else we got here? Dawn dish soap, screw gun, drill bits, and also your files. Okay, you're going to use this file here for beveling all the edges along here using this flat herringbone style file here. Then you're going to use the rounded portion for the inside edge along here because of the radius of the pipe. Okay, now for the holes, you're going to use a rat tail file, okay, for filing out each one of these holes. And you're going to go in at an angle like this, okay, and then you're going to go all the way around, filing in and out, so it files both the outside edge and the inside edge at the same time, taking off the burrs on the inside. So a rat tail file, and then a regular 4-inch, 4-in-hand, 8-inch file, multi-purpose, okay? I think that's it for tools. And use stainless steel screws so you know that they're not going to rust when you're going in and out of the water all the time. Okay? Also, you're going to need a chop box. Okay? And you're going to need that to cut the pipe to length and also to cut the 45-degree angle on there. Alright, so I think that's all the tools. So hope this helps you make your treasure hunting sand scoop. This professionally looking bad boy right here, with the holes in the bottom, everything ready to go. Boom. From that end to that end. Shaking it out, getting all the sand out, finding the goodies that are left over on the inside using handheld metal detectors and that type of treasure hunting devices. So, Colonel Klink Magnet Hunters, get your clink on. There we go. From one pipe to 2 scoops. Holes in the bottom, holes in the bottom, beveled on the front. Look inside. Oh, ring, sweet. There you go. Colonel Klink Magnet Hunters. This is how you make your sand scoop.